Have you ever looked at a big organization and just wondered, how do they actually get anything done? How does a huge, ambitious mission statement actually turn into something real? Well, it doesn't just happen by magic. There's a powerful framework that connects that grand vision all the way down to the smallest tasks. And that's what we're going to unpack today. So let's take a big, inspiring mission, something like ending local hunger. It's incredible, right? But what's the actual path from that amazing idea to a real meal on someone's table? I mean, it can feel like a totally impossible leap. But believe me, behind every successful mission like this, there's a really deliberate structure. And that structure is this powerful framework that acts like a bridge, connecting that big strategy to the real-world results. It's a system that has 3 distinct levels, and each one builds on the last. And once you understand this system, you'll see exactly how the most successful organizations in the world make things happen. All right, let's start at the ground level with the most fundamental building block of any big effort. We're talking about the project. This is where ideas first start to become tangible. Okay, so here's the official definition from the Project Management Institute. Now, 2 words here are absolutely key: temporary and unique. A project isn't just your normal day-to-day work. Nope. It's a specific mission with a very clear start and a clear finish line. And the whole point is to create one single new thing. So what this really means is that every single project has a finish line. It's designed to create one and only one unique thing. And you know if it was successful based on really concrete stuff. Was it on time? Was it on budget? And did it deliver what it promised? To make this super clear, let's imagine our nonprofit decides to host a big fundraising gala. A perfect example of a project inside that larger effort would be booking the gala venue. Think about it. It has a start date, an end date, a specific budget, and one single unique result: getting a signed contract for a location. It's a completely self-contained piece of work. But of course, just booking the venue is only one piece of the puzzle, right? What about marketing the gala or hiring the caterer? Those are all separate projects, but they're all connected to the same big goal. So how do you manage all of that? Well, that brings us to the next level up in our framework, the program. And this is where we really start to see the magic of coordination. A program is basically a group of related projects. But here's the crucial part. When you manage them together as a group, you unlock benefits that you would totally miss if you just handled each one on its own. It's all about creating synergy. You know, think of it this way. If the catering project and the marketing project are managed completely separately, their timelines and their messaging might not line up at all. But if you manage them together inside a program, you make sure the marketing materials actually feature the right menu, and the caterer knows the final guest count from ticket sales. That right there, that's a coordinated benefit. So if we zoom out, the program here is the entire gala event. It's the umbrella that holds all those little projects: the venue project, the marketing project, the catering project. They're all managed in perfect harmony to create one successful, seamless event. So now we can see that programs are all about how you do things. It's about coordinating projects to get much better results. But you know, that brings up an even bigger question. And that leads us to a much bigger, more strategic question. A fundraising gala is a great idea for sure, but is it the right idea? How does an organization decide to invest its limited time and money into this gala program instead of, I don't know, a direct meal campaign program? And the answer to that question lies at the very top of our framework, the portfolio. This is where all the work gets tied directly to the organization's ultimate mission. A portfolio is the highest level view you can get. It's the entire collection of an organization's major efforts, all of its programs and all of its big projects. Now, unlike the projects in a program, these things might not be related to each other at all. What holds them together is that they all serve the same high-level strategic goals. So for our nonprofit, the portfolio could be called Annual Fundraising Initiatives. This portfolio contains our gala event program, sure, but it might also include a grant writing program, a corporate sponsorship project, and an online donation drive. They all compete for the same limited resources, and they're all aimed at that same strategic goal of funding the mission. This chart really pulls it all together. Just look at that question row at the bottom. A project manager asks, are we doing things right? They mean, are we on time, on budget? The program manager asks, are we doing the right things, and are we coordinating them well? But at the portfolio level, the question becomes the most critical one of all. Are we even doing the right things in the first place? Are these investments actually getting us closer to our mission? So why is this whole 3-tiered framework so powerful? I mean, what does it really do for an organization? It all comes back to this one simple, critical question. Portfolio management forces an organization to constantly check its work against its strategy. It makes sure that every single dollar spent and every hour worked is actually dedicated to something that genuinely moves the mission forward. And this isn't some one-time decision. As this quote says, it's a constant balancing act. Every organization on the planet has limited money, limited time, and limited people. Portfolio management is the system they use to weigh all the options and decide where to place their bets to get the biggest strategic payoff with the least amount of risk. This flowchart shows the whole journey from idea to impact. It all starts on the left with strategy, our mission to end local hunger. Next, the portfolio selects the right work to invest in. Then that work gets done through delivery. That's our gala program and our venue project. And finally, on the right, you get realized value, the money raised that actually funds the meals. It's a straight line from vision to reality. So here's the most important takeaway. This framework creates a crystal clear line of sight from the smallest, most detailed task all the way up to the organization's highest purpose. It ensures that everything and everyone is pulling in the exact same direction. You know, this framework isn't just for huge corporations. It's an incredibly powerful way of thinking for achieving any major goal. So think about your own ambitions, your own projects. How could this idea of portfolios, programs, and projects bring more clarity and more power to what you want to accomplish?